right, welcome back to the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Let's get right into it. Space weather, solar winds coming in at 407.1 kilometers per second with a density of 1.6. Looking at our sun once again today, our sun is blank, 0 sunspots to speak of. That is now 6 days in a row without sunspots, giving us a total of 205. Our TCI actually lowered from 2.42 to 2.37. Our KP indices are sitting at a 2 with a 24-hour max of a 3. And let's take a look at the SDO in motion here, and we see 0 coronal holes and sunspots. Now, there is a minor coronal hole that just went Earth facing and is turning away from Earth. We will experience some slight solar wind speed increase from that particular coronal hole sometime by October 12th. No geomagnetic storms are expected, and I'll give you guys a full update on space weather when we come back on tonight at 9 p.m. for our live show and update on Grand Solar Minimum News. All right, so we've got lots to talk about. We've got the snowstorm that just got underway, but before we get into our other weather, I want to talk briefly, real fast. 800,000 people have been cut without power. And this is in effect here in northern and central parts of California. Now, it says here that this will be in an effort to hopefully prevent wildfires as this big Santa Ana winds event is beginning this week. Now, plans for the power shutoff, believe it or not, is expected for at least a week, and it could take a little longer to restore power. Again, in the previous wildfire seasons, we've had a lot of folks and criticism about PG&E and how they've been blamed for these fires. So, interesting preventative measure here. It sounds a little chaotic to me, but we'll go over more details tonight in our live broadcast. But I just wanted to throw this out there. A lot of reports out there. Some are saying over 1 million now could be affected from this power outage. So something to keep our eyes on for later on today. All right, let's go over to Mike's weather pager. And man, this snowstorm, actually, it's possible that some accumulations from this storm in the North Dakota region could be less than what we originally thought. I reported yesterday that we were looking at the possibility of somewhere around 2 to 3 feet of snow. Now, it does appear that we are looking at this kind of snowfall here in South Dakota and North Dakota. They have, yesterday, I showed
There are 3 words that mean everything when you live with migraine. Yeah. I am here. Aim to say that more.
All right. So we reported yesterday 2 to 3 feet of snow is possible in certain areas. And I'll go ahead and show that map right now. And this is via weather.com. And just to give you an idea, the cone for the 2 to 3 feet of snow has shrunk a little bit. So this is an improved forecast here, believe it or not. 2 to 3 feet of snow. Anything over a foot in October is still ridiculous. 18 to 24 inches of snow, still a good possibility. And a foot of snow pretty much from central North Dakota all the way over east. So, but that foot of snow line now reaches just the border between South Dakota and North Dakota. And South Dakota also expected to pick up 5 to 8 inches overall for most of the state. Some areas could see a foot. Meanwhile, Great Falls, 1 to 3 inches. 3 to 5 inches, much more welcomed than the last snowstorm they had. Parts outside of Billings could receive up to a foot. Also, we talk about Colorado. Denver, Colorado could also see close to 5 inches of snow, and the higher elevations pushing more 5 to 8, 8 to 12 inches in isolated areas. So this storm is underway. We will have more updates on this as we do our live feed tonight. Here's a look at our live radar on the current track of this snowstorm. Right now, Billings is in a band of heavy snow as we speak. Great Falls, you got some light snow showers, in Missoula with some light snow showers as well. But that's been persistent all morning for you there in Missoula. Butte, Montana, also seeing reoccurring developing of snow showers. But again, this is just the beginning of this storm. The snow totals that I showed you guys are through Saturday, this weekend, early. All right, let's take a look now at our tropics. Actually, I want one more quick look at the watch box. Look at this. Absolute mess in the northern plains and the central plains also. The light blue is all freeze warnings, freeze watches. Then you have your winter storm watches. The pink indicates winter storm warning. You see those boxes expanding eastward now into Minnesota. Those will also turn pink in the next 24 hours. Also, guys, pointing out what we just talked about in the power cutage from PG&E. This is why. This red right here is fire danger. That is red flag warnings. And you guys can see northern Arizona, parts of Colorado, Utah, Nevada, very hot and dry areas that we're expecting fire danger. So a large swath here in the southwest of area could be facing dangerous Santa Ana winds that could cause fires here in Northern California and Central California. And then you have, right behind that, the Four Corner states. They're also dealing with fire danger as well. So very, very busy day here in the Northwest for sure, and the central part of our country. As the East Coast, right now, it's all quiet, and we'll take any good news as far as that's concerned. All right, I wanted to show you guys these storms real quick. And then, like I said, tonight at 9 p.m., I'll have a full report on everything that we kind of touched base on, plus other grand solar minimum news. Check out these disturbances. They're growing. I think they're getting smaller as far as the cone and the percentage of these things of forming. This one has a 40% chance in the next 5 days. Now, here is the track for this particular storm, the orange one I just showed you. We have it possibly making a strange right turn and heading off into the UK. Right now, none of these models show these disturbances making their way towards the United States. The bigger yellow area here that I'm highlighting here, 20% chance of development in the next 5 days. Watch this. All right, this is the track for this storm. Does a little meandering here. You can see that in the track models, but then it also takes a sharp turn to the right and heads out into sea. What I'm trying to get at here, and I'll show you guys at the end of tonight's broadcast, these storms that we're seeing developing off in the Atlantic, thankfully, are not looking likely for U.S. impact. Now, however, that's not to say that the winds and the surf here is not going to be affected by these storms that are out in the Atlantic. Some are reporting gusty winds right now in the D.C. area as well. So still some weather to watch from this, but thankfully right now it is not going to be a situation that anyone's well pressed about at this point, unless things change. But you guys can see these models for yourself. And we're talking about storms that are going to be moving away from the homeland here, not towards. So again, I'll give you guys a full report tonight when we go live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Grand Solar Minimum channel. And I just kind of want to give you guys one more look at your weather here. In the shaded green, that's where your expected rain. Thunderstorms possible in the spotty green areas, just plain old rain in the regular solid green areas. And then, of course, mixed precipitation right now across North Dakota, South Dakota today. But then you see those shades with the stripes. That means heavy snow possible. So the areas that start off today with the heavy snow, that will move eastward Thursday into Friday. And this storm also is expected to pick up possibly a little bit of momentum here as we go in towards the weekend. But the encouraging news is that this storm, which looked very huge a couple days ago, now seems to be at the tail end of this forecast. The snow part of it, the cone is shrinking a little bit, which is good, I mean, it's bad enough that folks in Nebraska on October 10th are going to see heavy snow. Folks in South Dakota will see heavy snow. Folks in North Dakota will see heavy snow. And even parts of northwest Kansas, folks. If you live in Norton, Kansas, you're going to see a mixed precipitation, then regular snow, and then by the end of the day, Friday, you will have just plain old snow showers as it moves out of the system. That's cold air, folks, on October. That's expected by the 11th of October. So a lot of concerns right now in the Farm Belt with these freezing temperatures that are following this system. And pretty much whatever was growing for sure is now done. When you're talking about North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Wyoming, parts of Colorado, Minnesota, Iowa will be in that done category by Saturday as more frozen precipitation and colder air moves into that area. There's going to be a lot of areas here that are going to be affected by this. And the thing that jumps out at me is the maturity of the corn in some of these areas, especially in North Dakota, where 13% maturity 13% of the corn in North Dakota is at mature stage. So huge concerns right now, folks, as we go into the weekend with this snowstorm. All right, guys, we'll be back live tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'll have my microphone situation fixed. Until then, guys, take it easy. Have a great day, and we will talk soon.
Do you like this show? Give us a thumbs up. Want to support us more? Share to your favorite social media platform. Buy a t-shirt or become a Patreon. All links are in the description below.